Do all routers support WPS push button for connecting to Wi-Fi?
Hello everyone, and welcome to today's video. In this video, we will be discussing whether all routers support WPS, Wi-Fi protected setup, push button for connecting to Wi-Fi. WPS is a convenient feature that allows users to easily connect devices to a Wi-Fi network without the need to enter a password. It simplifies the process and enhances the user experience. So, let's find out if all routers support this feature or not.
What is WPS and how does it work?
Before we dive into the main question, let's quickly understand what WPS is and how it works. WPS stands for Wi-Fi Protected Setup, and it is a network security standard designed to simplify the process of connecting devices to a Wi-Fi network. It offers two methods for connection: WPS push button and WPS pin. In the WPS push button method, a user can press the WPS button on the router, which initiates a connection mode that allows devices in close proximity to connect to the network without the need for a password. This feature is especially useful for devices that do not have a keyboard or a user interface to enter a Wi-Fi password.
Not all routers support WPS push button.
Now, let's address the main question. Do all routers support WPS push button for connecting to Wi-Fi? The answer is no. While many routers do support WPS, not all of them have the WPS push button feature. Some routers may only support the WPS pin method or may not have WPS functionality at all. The availability of WPS push button on a router depends on the router's manufacturer, model, and firmware. It's important to note that some newer routers may have phased out the WPS push button feature due to security concerns associated with the WPS pin method. Manufacturers are continuously improving router security, and this may result in the removal of certain features that are deemed vulnerable.
How to check if your router supports WPS push button?
If you're wondering whether your router supports WPS push button, here's how you can check. 1. Look for a physical button on your router labeled WPS. It is often located on the front or back panel of the router. 2. Check the user manual or documentation that came with your router. It should mention if the router supports WPS push button or not. 3. Access the router's web-based administration interface by entering its IP address in a web browser. Once logged in, navigate through the settings and look for a section related to WPS. If you find an option to enable or configure WPS, it's likely that your router supports the push button method. Remember, if your router doesn't have the WPS push button feature, you can still use alternative methods such as entering the Wi-Fi password manually or using the WPS pin method if supported. In conclusion, not all routers support the WPS push button for connecting to Wi-Fi. While WPS is a convenient feature, its availability depends on the router's manufacturer, model, and firmware. If you're unsure whether your router supports WPS push button, you can check for a physical button, refer to the documentation, or access the router's web-based interface. Always prioritize the security of your network and choose the appropriate method to connect your devices to Wi-Fi. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope it has provided you with valuable information. If you have any further questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more informative content. Take care, and see you in the